Hey there, all. I do a lot of overviews and lists and stuff like that, and I've done very few actual reviews. So it's time for a retro review double feature, and it's a movie that's been reviewed a lot, but I'm going to give my opinion on it and my thoughts. So here we go, and hopefully you like it, you enjoy it, and let me know, because if you do, I'll do more of them. And it's Halloween 4 and 5. Chose these two because these two go together in in a serious way. Well, let's go back a little bit. After Halloween 2, John Carpenter pretty much was done with the Michael Myers character, and he wanted to do the Halloween films as a kind of a Twilight Zone-ish thing where you have a different movie on a different topic every Halloween, an anthology of Halloween films. And he started that with Season of the Witch. Season of the Witch was directed by Tommy Wallace, and it was a very, very different film with a script by Nigel Neal, who most people know for doing things like Quatermass. However, there was disputes, and it didn't work as well as he thought it was going to. People were expecting Michael Myers. Nigel Neal was expecting more of his script to go through, and there was a lot of dissatisfied customers all around. Personally, I think the movie is fun, and without the Halloween monochrome, I think it would have done much, much better. But it is a cheesy film, and it is a fun film, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So we skip ahead a few years, because after Halloween 3 didn't do that well, they decided to let it rest. Now, in the 80s, horror got a huge upsurge, with VHS now around, and characters like Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger pretty much ruling the roost. Mustafa Akkad felt that it was time to bring Michael Myers back to life, and that he did with Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Now, at this point, Jamie Lee Curtis was advanced far into her career, and she wanted nothing to do with the Halloween franchise. John Carpenter was gone, so basically it had to start pretty fresh, and we knew that we'd get Michael Myers back, and Donald Pleasance, who at this point enjoyed doing the films, would be on board for the sequel. This much we knew. What we didn't know was where the hell we're going to go from here. We don't have the main protagonist anymore, which would have been Jamie Lee Curtis's character, although it was becoming Donald Pleasance's character of Dr. Sam Loomis as of part 2, when we started to see more of him. Whereas in the first one, he helps provide the backstory and give like a sounding board for the characters. In part 2, it's obvious that he is doggedly determined to stop Michael at whatever cost. This grows even more in the fourth part, where Donald Pleasance really gets to shine. Now, the fourth film is directed by Dwight H. Little, who was more of an action director. And I remember that he did a movie. I can't remember the name of it right now, but you can Google it. It starred Brandon Lee. It was actually a damn good movie. Well, in my opinion, it was for an action movie. Now, we didn't have Jamie Lee Curtis in this one, so we had to go back to the well, and we got Ellie Cornell, who does a great job as the character of Rachel. And to keep the whole family aspect in there, which had been brought about in part 2, it said that Jamie Lee Curtis's character had died in a car accident, but she did have a daughter, and her daughter's name was Jamie. Jamie Lloyd is, of course, taken in by the family in part 4, and she's been her sister, or her sister by adoption. Rachel Ellie Cornell pretty much takes care of her, and Ellie is the face of it's very much the Jamie Lee Curtis character in this film. She does a great job, and overall, I gotta say, I really fell in love with her character and the very cute child actress Danielle Harris, who had been doing soap operas and such before this. This is actually a very well shot film, and there are some great concepts in this that I'm really surprised. I like Kathleen Kinmont. Michael Pataki, and Sasha Jensen. I thought the cast in this one was pretty freaking incredible. When Michael Myers escapes, he does some. It's kind of slightly unrealistic. It just basically goes from being comatose and unable to move and burnt for years to getting up and putting his finger through somebody's forehead. Now, it must be said that originally there were not the gore shots in this movie that would later be in it. And that's because we're going mostly on suspense, because that's what Halloween was originally, and that's what they were going to do again. But after doing a test screening, people were into more of the gore now. Frank Gorey was out and around. Gore Zone magazine was still underway. Chaz Bellin was out talking about this stuff, and the gore was filmed and put into the film afterwards, and it didn't do a bad job. I got to say, overall, the effects in the film are pretty good. The Michael Myers mask I do enjoy in this one. George P. Wilbur takes on the role of Michael Myers in this one, taking over from Dick Warlock, and does a damn good job. He has the movements and the style down pretty pat. He does a very scary Michael, and there's some great scenes at the beginning of the film when Daniel Harris's character of Jamie Lloyd has a nightmare in which we get to see the famous Michael Myers, raising scene from the floor. It was a pretty effective shot, and I gotta say, I really enjoyed the film. It was shot extremely well. This one here has Michael escaping when he realizes that there is another family member, there is another link in the bloodline out there that has to be killed, and that would be Jamie Lloyd. Of course, we get to see Michael first in kind of bandages. There's a really cool scene when Donald Pleasance confronts Michael before he gets into town at a gas station, and I gotta say, it was one of the more effective scenes in the film. One of the things that I really liked, there was a subplot with, basically, it wasn't as unrealistic as a lot of them would be. It actually talks about, like, mob mentality and what would happen if there was a serial killer in a small town like this, what people would actually go out and do. And I can actually see this happening, where basically you got a bunch of guys and drunk and rowdy and want to make sure that their town is safe, and the only way that they know how, and that's getting in the truck, going out, and trying to bag themselves a serial killer. And unfortunately, it has dire consequences for not for a main character, but for somebody in the film. We get to see that the mob mentality does not work. And I have to say, I was really impressed with that aspect of the film. We kind of see shots of Jamie Lloyd's character with the picturing aspects of her Uncle Michael. We get to see her in a clown outfit, which is kind of disturbing since the Michael Myers character originally killed his sister in the exact same style clown outfit, and that's prophetic to later on in the film. The movie works pretty well, and the pace is pretty rapid, so you're not going to get bored or find yourself moving further remote that often, if at all. There are some gorgeous girls in this film, so we're good on that part. There's not a lot in the nudity department, but Kathleen Kinmont is a beautiful, beautiful woman, and it shows off in this film here. Ellie Cornell is like the stunning girl next door, and of course Daniel Harris is cute, and now she is a stunning woman. But she was just a little kitty back then. Now the movie here was overall kind of as far as sequels go, this is probably the best in the line of the Halloween sequels. A lot of people go for H2O and talk about the return of Jamie Lee Curtis, but I think as much as I liked H2O, I think it didn't do it as well as this movie here did, and it was a little Dawson's Creek in the wrong way. Jamie Lee Curtis' character was good, and I'll talk about H2O in another review, but this one here kind of did it for me. And Danielle Harris was an amazing child actress. She's turned into a great adult actress now, but I just was very excited to see her character and the depth that her character had at such a young age in this film. She helps her and Ellie Cornell basically they carry this entire film. Donald Pleasance when he's in, he's definitely a scene stealer. Michael Myers does some great deaths in this film. There's some great shots. This is a town under siege by a serial killer, and you take advantage of the fact that this is a small town, that this is a serial killer. There is a history that has been seen before, and overall, it's an enjoyable romp. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but at a time when Halloween had been thought to be a lost cause, and especially with the main actress and the creator and director of the film gone, we had to worry, was Halloween 4 going to have that same magic, or was it going to kill off Michael for good? Well, it had magic in abundance, and did a great job. And by the way, music-wise, they keep pretty close to the Carpenter version of the music, and it's done by Alan Howarth in this one here, and Alan Howarth does an amazing job in it. So Halloween 4, I definitely give this a strong recommendation. Great film. Enjoy every aspect of this film. It's not a perfect film, but I love the way that it works. I love the structure of the film. I love the return of Michael. I love the way Donald Pleasance's character acts towards Michael Myers. I like the introduction of the Jamie Lloyd character. I think Ellie Cornell's character had strong possibility and strong legs to go on to be like another Jamie Lee Curtis style character. We're talking more about what happened there in the review of the fifth one. But overall, I would say go grab this DVD up. I wish there was more features on it. It does have an audio commentary with Ellie Cornell and Danielle Harris, and has a second audio commentary with director Dwight H. Little and the author Justin Beam. There's a Halloween 4 and 5 discussion panel, which is actually really, really interesting, and of course the theatrical trailer. I like to say that there's more stuff on this, but there isn't. But it's a fairly inexpensive DVD to buy. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Basically, he comes home again, and it is a fantastic homecoming. But would the fifth be? Let's find out in my second part to this review.